Hi everyone. I have done quite a few different takes on this video because I'm trying to keep it to 5 to 7 minutes, but it's been so hard because I can talk about vegetables for the rest of my life. Anyways, I'm just gonna dive right in. This video is on vegetables and omega-3 fatty acids when it comes to feeding your baby. And a lot of it can also be applied to feeding yourself too, like in your family. Obviously, I'm a big proponent of making sure that your baby eventually starts eating what you and your family is eating. You know, you don't want to have to keep cooking separate food all the time. Um, so, yeah, so this can also be applied to yourself as well. I will not be giving detailed things on vegetables because there are so many different kinds of vegetables, but I will be giving big categories and I will be pushing you to go ahead and do your own research. Do your own research, get the books, go to the library, check out a bunch of nutrition books if you want to, or just check out one, just start somewhere. And you can even look it up online. You need to do your own research because you're not going to get all the information in this video. The first thing I want to focus on is vitamins and minerals. I don't know the specific vitamins and minerals. I know some vegetables have more than others, and that's something that I think is important to research ahead of time. So, a lot of times when we're at the grocery store, we see, for example, russet potatoes, sweet potatoes, purple potatoes, and Yukon Gold potatoes, right? What do we most of the time grab for? Well, most of the time grab for the russet, the Yukon, maybe sweet potatoes. Those are a little bit more popular now, but no one ever looks at the purple potatoes. No one ever looks at it. They just get glazed over. And the fact of the matter is, purple potatoes have so much nutrition in them that these other potatoes might not have. And I'm not saying to ignore these other potatoes, I'm just saying to kind of try to round it out in your diet and in your baby's diet. So I would start, like with a baby, I would start with the more neglected vegetables first to get their palate built up so they don't find it weird later on. Same thing with carrots. So a lot of times at grocery stores, like popular brands will do this. They will have a bag of orange carrots and then a bag of tricolored carrots, and no one really ever gets the tricolored ones. And usually it's purple carrots, parsnips, and normal orange carrots. And what people don't think about is these other versions of carrot basically have, like, they taste different a little bit, not that much, but they do a little bit. They taste a little bit different, but they also have nutrients that the orange carrots might not have. It just helps round out your diet and your baby's diet. Like today, Elise wanted a snack because I don't like doing snacks at all, but it was taking me too long to make dinner. I was making soup and it was just taking too long, so I was gonna give her a normal carrot, but I was like, you know what? I have these other purple carrots in this bag. I'm just gonna slice that up and see what she thinks of it, and she didn't even notice a difference in the taste. So think ahead of time about the kind of vegetables that you want to get and research a little bit about what has more nutrients in them. Most babies, I can tell you flat out, if you just pick up canned, like, vegetables from the store, not canned, but like the baby food vegetables or whatever, they're always going to be broccoli, they're always going to be peas, and they're always going to be carrots. And that's fine. Okay, like, you can give your child the normal vegetables that everyone eats, but also just know that there are other vegetables that might have even more nutrients than the broccoli does. Like, most people give their kids broccoli, a lot of them don't want to eat it. It's not always the tastiest, but you can also try, like, they even have purple cauliflower. Like, that, there's a reason why it's purple. They have orange cauliflower. Um, so just kind of experiment with that and look it up. Just see which ones have more nutrients in it than others. Again, you can still eat your normal vegetables. I personally really love squash, like all different kinds of squash. Butternut, delicata, acorn, and with Elise, that's what I started doing when she was around 6 months old. I think it's a really good start with squash because it's very easy to cook. Pumpkin, you can clean it out like any other kind of squash and just put it in the oven, let it cook, and then scoop it out with a spoon. And this leads me into my next segment of omega-3s. Before you serve your child those vegetables, add a little bit of omega-3. what is omega-3? Or I guess I should say, what is omega-3 found in? Omega-3 is kind of complicated because some people don't always agree with the more natural food community when it comes to that. Like I think most people in our society get omega-6s. Omega-6 is really easy to get, peanut oil, canola oil, that kind of thing. But omega-3s are really important for a baby's neurological development, are important for you, and especially if you're pregnant. Like, try to get as much omega-3s as you can. Omega-3 is found in, I believe, avocados, not heated olive oil. So don't heat your olive oil. I think most people know that, but just don't heat it. Flaxseed oil, flax seeds, that was the easiest thing for me to do with Elise. I would literally buy a bag of flax seeds and every meal she would get sprinkled some on her food. That was the easiest way for me to do it. She didn't like avocados a whole lot. They would get ripe too quickly, and I just didn't, So, flax seeds, flaxseed oil, avocado oil, that one's more complicated. There's not as much research on avocado oil. I wonder if the higher heat one has less omega-3s in it. I do wonder that. I don't know. The research community just isn't, there's just not as much research on it. So that one's a little bit iffy. And I think coconut oil has it too. I also want to say cultured butter. There's a big difference between sweet cream butter and cultured butter. Cultured butter is imported, and I want to say that it does have more just nutrition than normal sweet cream. But look into that yourself. We honestly only buy grass-fed butter or cultured Kerrygold grass-fed butter. Unsalted, of course, if you're going to be giving it to a baby, just put a little bit of it on there. You don't have to put a lot. I know it can get a little bit more pricier with butter. And yeah, nuts, I think walnuts specifically have more omega-3s in them. But if you're going to be feeding it to a baby, you really can't do nuts till like a lot later. So be careful with that one. But for yourself, obviously you can eat walnuts. And yeah, that is it. It's 7:31. Yay, cool. So I kind of got it down short, or than before at least. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Again, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a nutritional therapist. So you want to be following up with your healthcare provider or whoever it is that you go to for this stuff. You want to do your own research. I'm just here to make things a little bit easier on you, especially if you have, a baby and you don't know where to start with solids, because I don't know where to start with solids. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video on vegetables and omega-3s. Bye everyone.